So there is really no way to get this thing out unless you just straight up roll it off. Ideally, they're not supposed to be demonstrating that, so I'm going to try to go and get a belt. It's going to be a little bit longer, so you can hook it up to this thing and then have that flexing room to loosen the motor bracket, in this case the sled, push it forward, all that good stuff. So, the big things about this one is they're probably going to ask you what these are. Pretty much what these are doing, these V's right here, all these are is just a way for you to look and see the condition of your belt. I mean, I'll be real with you, 9 times out of 10, by the time you're worried about that, it's already blown apart. But, you know, that's the Disney PM schedule. So, that's the V's, that's what they're for. You would put your belt up to it, which in this case I'll just show you. In this case, this is a 4L. 4Ls and A belts are very similar, but they're not quite the same. So you would just line it up, and since you can kind of see that's not quite on the A mark, that's because that's exactly the difference. The 4Ls are usually just a tad bit larger, just a tad. So you want to get a longer belt. My fault. Forgot about that. These guys here, these little spades and like little triangle looking pieces, what these guys are, they're for pretty much measuring the pulleys to see if that the pulley itself is in good condition or not. Now when the pulley wears out, what will happen is you'll put this gauge on there and slip it into position, and you'll see light around it. I'm also 90% sure that if this is really the original belt that went to it, then that's a 4L pulley. And guess what we don't have in this little keychain? So, you're going to always see light through this thing. You just do. And unfortunately, this little sheave that we have right here, same deal. It's just a temporary thing. You're supposed to be able to adjust it. It's kind of weird to make your, use your gauge points in that, but it's okay. That's the point of the sheave. This is for identification of stuff. Fixed pulley, right? Way you know it's fixed pulley, there's no threads on it. It's going to just be one solid mass of metal with a set screw. Straightforward. Don't get that wrong. It's the easiest part. This is the sheave, right? The sheave, you can loosen a set screw, and you can actually unthread the sheave component to accept larger belts, to also increase or decrease your gear ratio for the belt. So that way, you can either make the motor move a little bit faster and slip a little bit more on the blower, or you can have it be as tight as possible and have as much connection to the blower as possible. Now, this is supposed to be used for test and balancing only. Test and balancing, if that's the case, they're going to always just leave it. I mean, I don't know how many times y'all have gone to work and we've seen, something in the blower, in a large air handling unit, where they just have like a gigantic one of these sheaves just still on the motor. That's because they test and balanced it, went, cool, we're going to order the pulley, and then some dude at FAM went, yeah, we totally ordered that pulley, and then went home. So you'll see a lot of these on the field. Are you supposed to leave them there? No. Can you leave them there?
No.
Yes, you can kind of technically leave them there, but all that's going to be is that it's not the right thing for the job. That's all it is. So, it's one of those the textbook says no, but practically in the field, you'll see a sheave that's been on there for so long that it rusted out with the air handler unit that was installed about 30 years ago. It happens. So, other than that, what you're going to basically do for this thing is, I don't know what exactly the test is going to be like, but I'm going to assume that they're either going to give you some kind of a weird problem where it's not lined up right, or maybe it's the wrong belt, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they're going to do. But what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have your pulley alignment correct. Once you have this part down, then you should be able to adjust your sled, put whatever belt size you need on there, and then make sure that you have a properly aligned, properly tensioned belt, right? Like belt pulley driven system. What? So this guy with the little laser, I'll be real with you, I know this thing's really chunky. This is all we got, okay? Don't yell at me. So this guy, like how dare you? This guy is just the marker piece that you're using as a reference point, right? So pretty much your goal is to have a little laser beam shine just right there in the middle with my shaky ass hands. So when you're going to put this on there, the best way to do this is to put this guy, the marker piece, on the blower part. Why is that?
Because it's fixed.
Because it's fixed in place, right? It's not moving. The motor can move around. I can put some washers left and right, up and down, whatever, right? The blower is what we're attaching the motor to. So we want to make sure that this piece, the part that we can slide, adjust, and do all that crap with, we want to try to line this thing up with it. So you'll then take this, turn the thing on, and you're going to attach it here. And your objective is to get this thing lined up, which I know is kind of weird with the way this pulley system works, but you'll kind of see that, like right now, for instance, it's already lined if you wanted to come over here and look, but you're just shining a laser beam at it, okay? Make sure that it's in the middle line, the large middle line, and so long as you have that, then the pulley's aligned, then all you have to worry about from then on is how much you tighten and loosen this piece back and forth, because you know that your left, right, up, down is fine. Now all you, and your fixed pulleys are tightened down and the set screws in the right positions. So then all you really have to worry about now is the distance. Because, yeah. Which in this case is, like I said, they might give you a bunch of different belts. I don't know. They might give you one belt that's right, one belt that's wrong. I don't know. I do not know. So I'm just saying, if it were me doing something like that, that would be my route in wanting to make a test for it.
Do you do that with the belt in or with the belt out?